Hello everybody, it's GamerBot again, and today we'll do another Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 video. Yes sir, we are. Topic of this video is the wonderful plane that I'm currently flying, also known by the name of Cessna 404 Titan. Yes, I just bought it today because I was curious about trying it, and yes, it is beautiful. It has some great sound, also has some great looks. And now you'll probably ask me, what's the but? And here comes the but. The but is that this is quite an old-fashioned plane. So you see a lot of steam gauges here. Nonetheless, it does have an autopilot that is working in a very complicated and old-fashioned manner as well. It took me a long time to figure out how you can actually navigate vertically. Spoiler, there's only VNAV, and you've got to set it up manually or program it manually. So you check the flight plan, you say at Hamad I want to be at this or that altitude, you go to VNAV, you select this or that altitude, you hit this little cursor button, you select the altitude here. If you want to change it, you you hit the little button again, you dial in the altitude that you desire. You confirm by hitting that button again, then you go to the target position.
Contact Salt Lake Center on 127.925. Good day.
Like a certain distance, like 4 nautical miles before, and then you hit the cursor button again. Whoops. No.
Salt Lake Center. GamerBot Hotel. Salt Lake Center. Radar contact. Continue to KU 51.
Okay, seems it was pure luck that I managed to put it in before. Ah, yeah, you just turn the button. You select the waypoint, then you hit enter, and then it says target position 4 miles before Hamad. We are going to reach this altitude. Then we hit VNAV once again, and once we reach the position, maybe we should set it to Kilo Uniform 51 Mike to be a little bit quicker with the demonstration. This is so complicated, I hate it. Whoops. Yeah, that's the one. Enter. Hey! Ah, yeah, that's the waypoint we already passed, which is why it won't accept it. And hit enter again. Hit the VNAV, hit it once again. And once we are closing in, yes, I have to change the altitude. because we are at 19,000 feet, so this is not going to do anything. So, now let's see where we are on the flight plan. We are 52 miles away from that waypoint, Kilo Uniform 51 Mike. And as soon as we reach 4 miles, or before that point already, our VNAV should actually alert us. We will test it now. Increasing sim speed to 4 times. And you see, suddenly VSR popped up. That's vertical speed required. And as soon as we see that, we can basically disengage altitude hold and see the miracle happen. It's gonna try to reach a vertical speed of 400 feet per minute now, which is kind of hard because the throttle is pulled back so far. So we are going on climb thrust. And you see the vertical speed goes up to 400. And we are climbing to 20,000 feet. You'll have to do a lot of fuel leaning in this plane. You see how far these levers are pulled back already. And now as we've reached 20,000, we have to actually engage altitude hold mode again. And we can also do that in the other direction. And now it shows a negative vertical speed. We disengage altitude hold mode. And it's starting to descend. I think we can make the descent even quicker if we reduce our throttle. Yeah, and you see the vertical speed required just exploded because we are actually so close to the waypoint. But we're continuing to descend. And as we reach the desired altitude, we initiate altitude hold, and we are at 19,000 feet again.
Climb and maintain flight level 190. Gamerbot Hotel, Lima Alpha 28.
One would suppose we are at 190. Maybe it's got something to do with the pressure. Let's check. Yeah. when was the...
Hotel Lima Alpha 28. You are 300 below your assigned altitude. Climb and maintain flight level 190.
Okay, that was a good point. 300 beneath. That means...
Hotel Lima Alpha 28. Did you hear my last transmission?
Does that work?
Gamerbot Hotel Lima Alpha 28. Did you copy?
Yes, I copy.
Gamerbot Hotel Lima Alpha 28.
Yes, goddammit, I'm hitting the button.
Maintain present altitude. Gamerbot Hotel Lima Alpha 28.
Okay, they're not complaining anymore. Seems we hit at altitude.
Gamerbot Hotel Lima Alpha 125.575. Gamerbot Hotel Lima Alpha 28.
And
Salt Lake Center. Gamerbot Hotel Lima Alpha 28. Flight level 190.
yeah, I didn't want to interrupt myself.
Hotel Lima Alpha 28, Salt Lake Center. Radar contact. Continue to have it.
Okay. So, can I talk now again? Let's get that sim speed out, so I got a little bit more time until they start babbling away again. Thing is about the aircraft, it costs almost as much as a Citation Longitude or a Citation CG4, which are both far more capable aircraft. By more capable, I mean especially, look at this here. So we are now at full cruise power. If I go any higher, we can go faster, but we are going to burn so much fuel that we are not going to reach our destination. So we are currently at a nice cruise speed of 130 knots. Ground speed of 188 knots. Which is okay, but I'm on a flight of 700 miles. So I gotta be really patient. Or I pick the longitude, which I could have also picked for this flight. So what is the advantage of this airplane? It's old school. If you consider this an advantage and you want to fly an old school plane, then you're probably going to enjoy the expense of 8.3 millions. If you want to build your career rather fast, this is probably not the right choice. I mean, you can put an AI in it after you've been flying it one time, but it's not about efficiency. If you're flying this plane, it's because you really want to learn and understand these really outdated and old-fashioned systems that are just briefly demonstrated before. The lateral navigation works like in other planes, but first you've got to use the heading knob to intersect the flight path, which is somehow coming over here from the navigation computer. Don't ask me how that magic works exactly, but it seems to work. But still, it's kind of interesting to fly, and you'll see me land it later. Let's hope I won't crash it, because my co-pilot already told me he won't intervene. But it's not a great investment for your business. So much is for sure. If you just want to take it for a spin, it's probably easier. You just go to free flight mode and you try it there. buying it and flying it the first time without any preparation is at your own risk. I did it in this video and I only used the minimum insurance because I'm a little bit crazy. But so far it seems to work. I'm curious if I will have enough fuel. But it's looking good so far, I believe. We are at 50%. And if we look here, yeah, we got definitely more than 50% of the distance. I was completely surprised because the game itself says about the range of this aircraft 1,840 nautical miles. If you remember what I said before, this is a 700 miles trip. I loaded her up to the brim, and the game in the game menu also told me I've got to fill it to 90% to get to the destination. So that was a little bit confusing, but probably if you absolutely do everything with the fuel economy you can, this might be possible, but it's a risky thing to do. Maybe I do it for the lols one day in another video, because I already have this beautiful airplane and I'm gonna keep it. But if you ask me, GamerBot, should I buy it? I would say probably not, because a mission that can be done in like 2 hours will take you 6 in this beautiful old-fashioned aircraft. I always want to say things like abomination, but that's not it. I'm sure there were times when this was one of the best airplanes you could buy. When was the maiden flight of this game? Of this plane? I'm asking ChatGPT, let's see. (1975). This plane is 1 year younger than me. And the production start was in 1976. Yep, quite an old one, but I'm sure they didn't have GPS back then. That experience would have been even more old school and more unbearable for me. Because I like all those automatic features. I mean, yes, I got it to navigate now. But it's kind of strenuous, really. Well, I guess I'll see you again when I'm going to land this plane. Okay, here I am again. Just wanted to show you something. I set the target altitude before the last waypoint, before the runway, to 12,900 feet, as the flight plan actually suggests here, you can see, because the runway is at 9,083 feet and we are 10 miles out from the runway at Sigma. So I set this 400 feet per minute profile. I confirmed. And the autopilot, or the board computer, immediately started to show the status, begin descent in 27 minutes. So this plane actually even shows you top of descent if you know how to program it. But it's complicated. Well, guess I see you again when this timer reaches 0. So there we are again, and we will begin our descent in 1 minute and 22 seconds. And while we're waiting for that, I'll show you this nice instrument here that shows you the fuel flow. And it's your best friend for fuel leaning as well, because when you climb and you're on maximum thrust, you always want to keep those two dials or fingers, indicators, up here. Now, of course, as the throttle is pulled back, these are all also here in the rear section of the indicator. Descent to target. Okay, we are there. We hit the altitude hold and we reduce the throttle. Receive a warning. Okay, vertical speed is increasing. Okay, that's kind of a throttle warning. When I pull it back too far, it disengages. It's kind of annoying. So in order to increase our descent a little bit more, we can pull out our flaps. Which makes us climb. Okay, but it gave us a new top of descent, and we're descending again. Let's also pull out our gear. Beautiful. Oh yes, there was something.
Climb and maintain flight level 190.
Yes, of course.
Maintain flight level 190. Gamerbot Hotel, Lima Alpha 28.
And please cancel.
Denver Center, Gamerbot Hotel, Lima Alpha 28.
So now they're not going to bother us anymore. Initiate altitude hold once more.
Squawk 1200. Maintain VFR. Frequency change approved. Good day.
And we pull in the gear. Yeah, and while I was going at full throttle on cruise, I was looking at this and I was like, okay, here it says cruise, here it says climb, takeoff and climb. Okay, maybe I should pull back the throttle slightly, which I did then, and then I ended up going at a very moderate speed. Yeah, it can go something like 180 knots, but you're going to run out of fuel quite quickly then. because this is also your fuel flow, not only your power. More fuel flow, more consumption. And since I pulled it back, the consumption really went down considerably, but so did the cruise speed. One minute 20 to go. This time we're not going to miss it. Unless I find another gauge to explain to you. Oh yes, this one. The RPM. This is good for your prop settings. Okay, we have to descend now. And are we descending? Yes, we start descent. Very slightly. No? Let's reduce the power to motivate the plane. Yes. Maybe I'm too impatient, you know, but I feel like the vertical speed should drop a little bit quicker. Especially considered that this one is saying minus 395 required. Ah, no. No, going down, going up, climbing. Okay, but we still got some time until we are reaching Sigma. I don't know. I really don't know. But we are definitely descending. Slowly. Okay, autopilot, I put big trust in you. First I put big mistrust in you, and now I'm putting big trust in you. Don't disappoint me. So now I've sent vertical speed profile to 1400, and we got a new top of descent, and now I want to see if the aircraft is going to descend more aggressively actually. Altitude toggle is out. So we're only starting to descend when we reduce the throttle. But then the autopilot pulls up the nose again. What else do I have to do?
Kilo Tango Echo X-ray traffic. Gamerbot Hotel Lima Alpha 28 is on final. Runway 9er. To land. Kilo Tango Echo X-ray.
Yeah. We are not descending. Yeah, approaching VNAV profile. Yeah, thank you, thank you. Yeah! Okay, screw you, autopilot. Okay, I guess the airport is in this valley. Okay, the airport is not in this valley. Should be at 12,900 feet. It's Sigma. Then we got another 10 miles to runway. Oh, I see it! Wow, that is beautiful. Okay. Maybe we have a hard time now losing the excess speed. But we'll pull up the nose. Should lose speed a lot. flaps and the gear. And the warning disappears, okay. You cannot go to zero throttle with your gear in. Okay, it's not the biggest runway, but I think it's sufficiently big. When can we engage the second flaps? Oh, same as the first. Okay, second stage of flaps. I guess we have to slow down to 80 knots or even 70. 80 seems to be the proper approach speed. Slowing down. She seems to get a little bit unstable. But no, she's fine. Now we're gliding. The stall signal is also the butter signal. You want to stall a little bit before you touch down. Yeah, we did it. Wasn't that difficult? That runway is huge. And there's a hold short. I really like the sound of the propellers and the engine. But to get back to the title of the video, should you buy the Cessna Titan 404? Depends. If you want a cool looking aircraft, a cool sounding one, an old school one from the 70s, by all means get it. But if you're about efficiency and earning more credits faster in career mode, this is not the right choice. And I'll never understand the pricing ratios between different planes. That's just ridiculous. Why would this cost the same amount as a twin engine jet? Nobody can explain that to me. Maybe because it's an old timer. That might be. You might ask why my fuel is not leaned down further. Because we are at almost 10,000 feet here. Sir, what are you doing with the car? Welcome to Telluride. Elevation 9070.
That was a
Okay, not
smooth ride.
10,000.
Thanks for the safe travel, Captain. I will recommend your company.
Thank you, sir. That's very kind of you. Sorry. Whoops. Sorry about the old-fashioned plane. Yeah, it looks beautiful. That's for sure. Yeah, always those damn ATC transmissions and sim rate. But never mind, that's okay. How much did we earn? Yeah, the expected amount of credits. So we would have gotten the same in the longitude in a much shorter time. But I hope you enjoyed the ride. It was a different format of video today, not a full tutorial. I explained some stuff about the Titan. Not everything, also because I don't understand everything myself. It's kind of complicated. The descent did not work out at all as I thought it would. Before I could climb to different altitudes, but final descent, nope. Computer said nope. So yeah, your decision if you want to buy it. I hope it will be a more informed decision now. See you soon. GamerBot over and out.